Welcome to Hong Kong Old Crimes. This is Jana. Today we will break away from Hong Kong and look at an old case in Guangzhou. Part 1. In the 1920s, Guangzhou was a bustling, vibrant city. It was a major port on the Pearl River Delta and a regional center of trade, commerce, and culture. Behind the hustle-bustle, restlessness was brewing. It was 1929. The Second Battle of Guangzhou was fought between rivalries within the Kuomintang in May. An air of uncertainty was lurking. Guangzhou Municipal Hospital was a public hospital housing 7 doctors and 14 nurses. The nursing school was a small one. It had 14 students, 8 were female. On July 2nd, at around 7 p.m., 2 nurses in the dormitory heard the 4 nurse students in room 15 calling out each other's names. Afterwards, coughing and rough breathing mixed with moaning were heard. Several staff members knocked on the locked door, but no one answered. Eventually, they kicked the door open. Inside, 4 nurse students were lying in their beds. They were dressed neatly, each wearing a brand new pair of red stockings. Flowers were hung on the meshed curtain draping over them. A bouquet was also placed on each bed. Their belongings were packed in sealed luggage with their names written on them. Each girl also prepared a list of things they had left behind. A white cloth was tied around their mouth to prevent the poison from being spat. The fresh floral smell in the room formed a contrast with their poisoned bodies. Their faces, nails, teeth, and limbs started turning blue and black. The 4 girls were second-year nursing students. Zhou, 21. Shen, 22. Luo, 19. And Shi, 17. We would call them Julian, Shannon, Laura, and Sandy for easy recall. The staff immediately called the emergency doctor. Julian died at the scene at midnight, followed by Sandy at 1:30. The 2 others held onto their last breath till noon the next day. Part 2. It was exam season, but the 4 girls didn't seem nervous. Julian and Sandy borrowed $4 from the hospital and bought lychees and deep-fried puffs. Not long after, the 4 went out together and bought more lychee and 4 pairs of red stockings before returning to the dorm for shower. At 10 p.m., when everyone was getting ready for bed, someone saw one of the girls bring a can of paste into the room. The rest were seen busy writing. It was estimated at around 10:30 these girls ingested the poison. According to the autopsy report, the 4 died of kidney poisoning after taking a large dose of morphine. They left a 2-page suicide note on the table. Here are the main contents.
I become a nurse for the joy of helping others, but
Father
reality
wants me to
seems
get
different.
married, but I want to stay single for life. I don't want to be with the opposite sex.
I haven't been that smart all my life. I have nothing to contribute. The world will have one less stupid
The
person
pain of
after I
death is
die.
unbearable, but the days are long. I am born at the wrong time. I won't have a good ending anyways, so I may as well end my life now.
Part 3. But that's only part of the letter. While the hospital denied any intention to conceal, the second part of the death note was not published until a week later. The family had to fight nail and tooth to get the original note back. The new information pointed right at the director of the nursing school, Liu Ai-yi, or Louisa, as the person driving the student's death. The second part of the letter said,
Since the new director took over, we have been in trouble. She is unfair. When we students didn't agree with her, she would humiliate till we are in tears. She would yell at us to go to work. We couldn't take it anymore. She is terrible.
Aside from the co-signed note, everyone except Julian had also left an individual suicide letter. The family of Laura found it in her luggage. It read,
I hope that my classmates will avenge my death. I was killed by that fat bitch. Not by others, not by myself.
She treated me and our classmates like enemies.
The police took statements from Louisa and other students. According to a student, Julian was frequently targeted by Louisa. She seemed to be rather proud of her strict approach. She once said,
"If you think I'm being harsh, you've seen nothing yet."
Lau was removed from her role as the head of the nursing school within the same month. Of course, that wasn't enough. The families of the deceased decided to bring her to court. A little more than 2 weeks later, a letter penned by someone called Yuan was published in the Guangzhou Mingo newspaper. Yuan claimed he knew he insider details.
The suicidal pact was initiated by Julian, and everyone was just following. She was looked down upon by guys and could not get a boyfriend because of her pockmarks. That's why she decided to die. Laura, that girl came from an indecent family background. Her mother is only a mistress. She was just a spoiled brat with a bad temper. If she didn't kill herself today, she would be killed by society and family in the future. Shannon was honest, but not exactly bright. She's easily influenced. Louisa is just doing her job by being strict with her students. Also, she was well liked by her people in the hospital she had worked before.
So who the fuck is Yuan? My first guess was Louisa. But a detail of her CV mentioned in the letter was wrong. So, it might be someone on her side. Perhaps a staff or a student in the nursing school who knew all these people. Or, can it be a covert PR campaign by the hospital attempting to change the public opinion of the case? Or, it could just be a pen warrior feeling particularly intelligent one day. There is no way to know. But the public opinion turned to focus on the faults of the students after the letter was published. The Guangzhou KMT newspaper, which had kinda apologized for publishing the letter under pressure, commented on a later date.
Whatever the reason is, committing suicide is wrong. We must know that suicide reflects a degenerating nation. It is a sign of national depression. If it continues, we will destroy ourselves without having the others destroy us.
Blah blah blah. Perfect demonstration of sorry not sorry. Screw you. The family filed the case against Louisa to the court, but the charge didn't hold up due to the lack of evidence. Lou got out scot-free. What drove them to death? Louisa was part of the equation for sure. They restated it on the suicide notes. They wore red in their deathbeds. The commitment to coming back for the nurse Louisa was 100%. Though none of letters specified what exactly Louisa had done to push them to the edge. Also, could homosexuality be involved? The letter said they never wanted to be with the opposite sex, but that could also be an expression of budding feminism. It was hard to tell. If there were just grains of truth in Yuan's letter, then it was a case of comradeship gone wrong. I don't encourage suicide. But I also acknowledge sometimes it takes more courage to go on than to quit. This is the end of today's story. See you next time.